vibrant WildFit coach, and I am here in my kitchen in Anchorage, Alaska. It's a beautiful day. It's my tank top, and I am here to show you lots of different ways that you can make WildFit noodles. Basically, out of vegetables, out of butternut squash, for instance, out of daikon, out of carrots, so many different things. Zucchini, of course, you've heard about. You've heard about zoodles and cucumber and cabbage and sweet potato and, of course, spaghetti squash. So that's what I'm here to show you today, and you don't have to have a fancy spiralizer. Now, I have one. I love it. I have it right here set up with the sweet potato, and I'm going to show you how that works. But I'm going to start out first by using something that everybody has in their kitchen, pretty much, a knife. Okay, so just with a knife and cabbage, you can slice thinly to get noodles. Okay, to get lots of little noodles. Now they're not so pretty like other ones, but they saute up so fast, and you can add any kind of tomato sauce, any type of pasta sauce that you used to use. Pesto, ooh, a little bit of a tuna and some pesto makes such a quick meal. So that is one thing that you can do very easily with your knife and just slicing across the cabbage. A hint on cutting cabbage. See how I already cut one side, and then I use that as the base so it's not rolling around. Okay, and then I start cutting on another side. Okay, so thin strips, just like for making coleslaw. Actually, I like to use chunks for coleslaw, but making the noodles is one way everybody can make noodles. All right, I have lots more ideas for you. Now, let me get this out of the way. I should have a bowl I can put it all in. Another tool that I have is a julienne peeler. I think it costs like $5 or $6, not very much. Can you see that it is like a regular peeler? Well, it has a little piece of cucumber in there. It's like a regular peeler on one side, and then it has bumps, slices on the other side. And so my spiralizer isn't great for cucumbers because of all of the seeds in there, because this is just a regular cucumber, not an English cucumber. But if you take your peeler, your julienne peeler, and you just slice down, and then when you start getting to the seeds, you just take another side. Look at all the lovely noodles. You just marinate these with just a little bit of ginger and some salt and a little bit of sesame oil, and make a little bit of maybe some aminos, and make a nice oriental salad with that. So see how pretty and easy that was? It's called a julienne peeler. All right, now next, I got lots of different things here for you. It's my zucchini, that's my cucumber. Now, daikon. I love daikon. I love daikon a lot. So I'm going to use daikon with yet another tool that you can use to make noodles. Oodles of Noodles. This is my mandolin. You've seen me use it before. The piece I'm using right now has the smallest of blades on it for julienne. And it does come with a protective holder so that you don't cut yourself with it. And this is so big and hard, the daikon. It's a white radish. I peeled it, and you just push it right along. I don't really need to guard when I'm so far away from the blade. Just push it down a few times, and look at these noodles. Okay, look at those noodles. How cool is that? Beautiful, that's daikon. So fun, so yummy. White radish, it's nice and spicy. Make that into a raw salad. You don't need to cook it up, but you could cook it up. Okay, next, a carrot. I hope you don't mind my big trucks outside my house. The windows are all open, so I hear them. This is another way to make noodles using your vegetable peeler. I've taken a carrot. A carrot isn't gonna work well in the Spiralizer because it's so skinny, okay? It's gonna be kind of tough on the julienne, on my mandolin, because it's so little and I'd get my fingers in the way. So I'll just do flat noodles with the peeler. Just like that. Just keep rotating. You can make them flatter, you can make them skinnier, however you want. Yum, yum, yum. So there's lots of things in your kitchen that you can use to make noodles. You can just like the cucumber, you could just have them raw with a little bit of a dressing. Let them sit and they'll get really soft. You can saute them up really quick. But that's another thing that almost everybody has in their kitchen is the vegetable peeler, and you can make noodles out of that also. All right, now for my very favorite. All right, I've got the Spiralizer. It is a very fun tool. There's a lot of different ones out there. There's little handheld ones, there's longer ones. So it comes with 3 blades. Right now on here, I have on the skinniest blade. I cut a sweet potato, I didn't even peel it, it's raw. I cut off the ends so that I could get it through nice and evenly. The machine has little suction cups on it so that it holds nicely onto my counter, it's not moving around, and I just put a cutting board right, my little plastic cutting boards, which I adore, so that I can bend and put my food wherever I need it. I put it right next to the Spiralizer, and then you just push in. And if you have kids, this is a really fun way to have kids helping you out with your food prep. Whoops. I wasn't looking what I was doing, I was just talking to you guys. So you get the picture. Look at these lovelies. Aren't they so cool? Long noodles. So I usually cut them up into smaller pieces. I like the smaller ones myself. But they are so fun, and they cook up just in a flash. So that's that. Now I want to show you, besides the lovely, lovely, lovely sweet potatoes, add that to a bit of a peanut sauce and you are all set. I just pan fry them. Now when you use the Spiralizer, you get this core that comes through, and you can just save it for when you make your broth, or just munch on it raw. Okay, so that is my sweet potato. Next, I want to show you on the Spiralizer, because there's 3 different blades that come with this brand anyway. And the one I just used has the smallest one. It has a sharp blade where it sends it through, and then, I don't know, it's just magic, it just works. So that's the smallest one I used, and there's 2 other settings. 2 other blades. There's a fatter blade, and I would use this one with this butternut squash. But what I'm gonna do right now is I have a zucchini, and I've cut off the end. Sometimes I leave the part with the stem on the end because it doesn't, the Spiralizer doesn't quite use up the whole vegetable. So if you have the stem on the end, it's enough space to grip on, and it doesn't waste it. But you want to make sure that you're pretty flat so that as you're going through, you can get everything. Now for this one, I am going to use this blade here, and I'll show you what that one makes. This is so cool. Okay, I just put it right into the center of that piece. I make sure that I got the end on the other side. This one goes off so much faster because it's not as hard as the sweet potato was. But look at these little ribbons you got. They're so cool. So they're really, really fun. They come along and just chop them up, saute them up, and you got little curly pasta-like fun shapes. And I'll cut up the squash. Let's see if this one will work. It's just raw. Like I said, I'm just gonna use the base. Oops. If you're ever having a hard time cutting through a squash, you can just put it into the microwave for just a little bit, just to soften it up. I'm not gonna leave the end on. Try to make it nice and straight. And for this one, I am going to use the last blade to show you the difference. This is the one that has the bigger thing. Okay. Squeeze that on. Get my cutting board ready. So I'll just show you that it makes a lot thicker. It makes a lot thicker noodles. Thicker zoodles. So you need a thicker vegetable, like you wouldn't necessarily want to use the zucchini for that one. I think it's very wet, but a thicker vegetable like that. So all of these different ways, I'll just tell you again, you can just start with your knife and cut up something like cabbage into noodles. You can use your vegetable peeler for carrots, parsnips, anything like that. You can purchase a julienne peeler, which I tossed in with all of my vegetables here. The julienne peeler doesn't cost much, works just as a peeler. And that's how I got those the long strips of the cucumber. You can use a mandolin on the julienne setting. That's what I did with the daikon. Love these babies. Or you can go for the Spiralizer with one of the 3 attachments. The smallest one, that's the one I started with, which whatever I did with it, and then the fancy things, the zoodles, or the fatter strips. That's something hard. One more. Okay. One thing about your Spiralizer, if you do have one, make sure you wash it right away. It just keeps it clean and keeps it fresh, keeps it sharp. Okay, I got one more zoodles. Because there's always the spaghetti squash. I just cooked this in the microwave for 8 minutes. I stabbed it so that the steam could escape. I don't even scoop it, I just leave it whole in there. And then I use ice cream scoop to scoop out the seeds. It's all nice and soft, so then they just scoop right out. And if you've never done spaghetti squash, so easy. You just use a fork once it's cool enough, and you just get these lovely strands. You can bake it and cook it if you really want long strands. You can look it up on Google, whatever. There's different ways that you can do it to get like longer strands. I don't really mind the shorter strands, but you can see you just get lovely, lovely, lovely noodles from spaghetti squash. And it looks like this. And any of these things, you just put a little bit of sauce on it and you are ready to go. So I've been meaning to show you all of these things for a while now, and I'm really happy that I got to say hello to everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Pamela LaPointe, your wildly vibrant WildFit coach, reminding you to take care of yourself, especially this time during what's going on in our world, just to slow down. Take care of yourselves first before helping others, and do that by doing your nice deep breathing and making sure you have plenty of water on hand. All right, everybody, I will talk to you soon. If you have any ideas for other things you want to see me present to you, let me know. Goodbye. Bye, goodbye from Anchorage, Alaska.